gets a throw in the first leg. We've seen numerous times on this European tour. It can be a pivotal moment of the match. And James Hubbard has nailed it first dart. So advantage to the 21-year-old. The man from Wyndham in Norfolk. Former world youth champion.
And the winner of this one will be playing Dave Chisnell, the number 6 seed, tomorrow. That's the last match of the afternoon session tomorrow afternoon, when the big guns come in, so to speak. The top 16 seeds all come in at the second round stage here to take on the winners of today's 16 matches, which we're bringing you live right the way through the afternoon and into the evening here.
Ronny Huybrechts looking to work his way down towards that treble 20. Well, his first start was so high, he managed to work his way down and still didn't get there. That's more like it from James Hubbard. He's unlucky with that second one. Plenty of room for a third, though. 140. Finds it with his last dart. 140 gets him back on track in this leg.
We saw Ronny and his brother Kim representing Belgium in the World Cup of Darts a month or so back in Hamburg. Kim will be in action tomorrow afternoon. The second match on stage for the number 8 seed.
Yeah, either Ben Ward or Jihan Artut. That's going to be the 4th game on this afternoon. Well, a ton 40 here for Ronny Huybrechts, or 2 trebles. Really would make James think. And he's only got the 1, and that's probably not enough. So James Hubbard knows he's probably got 6 darts from here. He'll want to do it in 3. And he could do it in 3, because that is perfect. Oh. Well. Not even staying straight. Disappointment.
78. So an early chance for Ronny to steal. But this is a tall order in itself, 145. So James Hubbard will be back to polish off 70. 55. To notch up his first leg of this Gibraltar Darts Trophy.
Well, he wanted treble 10, he's at treble 15, so that leaves him 25. Double 12. And there it is. First dart wasn't where he wanted it, but the last one is exactly where he wanted it. James Hubbard takes an early lead.
James practices with Mervyn King, who I'm sure is passing on a lot of his wisdom and knowledge on the practice board to this young man.
Yeah, and it's evidently working by that shot. Not staying up for the 180, because I don't think he was confident that second dart was going to stay in the board had he stayed up there, but comes down expertly for the treble 17. James Hubbard starts the leg with 3 perfect darts. That's a 4th. Oh, well. As soon as you start thinking about the 9 darter, that's when it goes awry. We saw, as I say, Ross Smith did one here last year. That was in his game against Adrian Lewis. He ended up losing the match, but he was going berserk on stage when he hit that. 59. But importantly, James Hubbard has put himself in a very strong position here on the Ronny Huybrechts throw. He's got a lead of 117 points plus these.
Yes, it was a good tournament last year here in Gibraltar. Had everything. 135. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of high-quality darts and plenty of twists and turns up on that stage between now and Sunday night, when the winner is crowned Gibraltar Darts Trophy Champion 2014 and takes home that winner's cheque of £20,000.
Well, James took this out in the first leg. Not quite the standard route. He's hit the 15 again. He hit treble 15 last time, but he stays there. Now he wants double top. He finished it in double 12 in the previous leg. Now he wants double top, and he's got loads of time here. Ronnie's way back on 263. No pressure. But he'll have to come back for double 10.
Ronnie looking to leave himself a finish, albeit a big one. He does leave 164, avoided a bogey number, but it may all be in vain with James poised on double 10 here. Double 5 now.
He's missed that by a long way. He didn't want to miss inside. That's why. Attacked it with the third dart, but, well, it is a massive ask, this. But James Hubbard is chasing the doubles all over the board in this leg, and Ronnie will think, if I can just put a dent in it here, 2 trebles, he's going to be under serious pressure to take out that 10. That's only a 60. Disappointment for the man from Antwerp. And then James, 4 missed darts. Is it going to be more? Doesn't make the mistake this time. And the clench of the fist from James Hubbard. He would have been kicking himself after a blistering start to that leg to have given it away. But that is a breaker throw as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit scrappy towards the end, but no matter. The most important thing is that score in the bottom right of the screen. James Hubbard leading Ronny Huybrechts of Belgium 2-0 here. Ronnie's played in 2 of the 4 European events prior to this weekend, in Veldhoven and Berlin. Lost in the second round to Brendan Dolan in Veldhoven, the Dutch Masters. And then in Berlin was a first round loser to Jarkko Kamula.
Well, it's been a bit like that so far from Ronnie. Starts off with a 140, then a 58. No real consistent look at that. First 9, 79. It's not good enough. It's not what Ronnie expected of himself. James Hubbard obviously outscoring him, but we're only 3 legs, 2.5 legs into this. That superb leg of scoring from James Hubbard in the previous one. He was just messing about on the doubles towards the end of it. That's dragging his overall average down. But Ronny Huybrechts finds himself with the darts here, and he has a chance to break immediately back. That's a lot better. A lot better for the 48-year-old.
And now you'd make Ronnie favourite to steal back the throw. This would be some way to do it. He wants the bullseye for 164.
Well, he went for it. He had no need to, with Hubbard back on 255, and it means that he's only going to get 2 darts at a double when he returns, Ronny Huybrechts, but maybe he just wanted it to try and kick himself into gear a bit. James Hubbard, 120 off. That leaves him 134. Well, look at that. It's a maximum from James Hubbard. To add to that 171 he hit in the previous leg. But is Ronny Huybrechts going to close this leg out? He is. 14 dart leg. Very good stuff. That's a breaker throw. Break back. Suddenly, Ronny Huybrechts out of nowhere has produced a decent leg of darts. And he's very much back in this game.
Yeah, it's important to stop the rot, you feel, and halt the young Englishman's progress.
59.
Coming up next, we have a clash between 2 of the European qualifiers. Benito van der Pas, another very promising young Dutchman, up against the Spaniard Antonio Alcinas.
Yeah, plenty of young talent in the draw this weekend. You've got likes of Dimitri Vandenberg, another Belgian. He'll be on the way against Mark Webster later on. That's in the same quarter of the draw as these guys. So potential meeting in the last 8, although you have got the likes of Mervyn King, Dave Chisnell, Simon Whitlock and Brendan Dolan, the number 3 seed. All of those guys very capable of going on and winning this whole tournament. James Hubbard looks to put some pressure on Ronny Huybrechts. Here, there you go, Tom 40. He liked that. He saw the little glance away. He's just checking his score. He's left himself a bogey. But if Ronny can't find the treble, well, he's in trouble. And it could be a 3rd consecutive breaker throw.
So he'll just look to set himself up with a nice finish when he comes back, Hubbard, and hope that Ronny can't take out the 147.
A ton should be good enough to get him a dart for this leg if Ronny doesn't take this out. But 147 and Ronny, they go together quite well. Well, he couldn't do it, so James Hubbard's looking at 68 here. Treble 20 for double 4. That's the way he's going, so just 48 left. 8 for tops. A 3-1 lead. Wow, just takes a moment. Well, he took a moment to compose himself. It's not worked out for him there. A dart goes begging. Will he get another dart in this leg? Because Ronny has got 2 to level the match at 2 apiece. Good marker. Oh, my word.
Well. And James Hubbard, having made a little bit of a hash of checking out on this 4th leg, gets another chance to extend his lead here. Double 10. And no messing that time.
James Hubbard. Good play, James.
And could be an important leg in this match, you feel. Will be interesting to see how that might affect Ronny, having come so close to
41.
holding his throw and pulling it back to 3-2. Now finds himself 3-1 in reverse.
Switching down the board, didn't like the line of that first one. That's nowhere near its intended target. That was better, but not good enough. He's not jumped on that 41 from Hubbard. He's got a second chance now. That's a better dart from him. Oh, no trouble again, and you're in trouble, James, and that's better. And once again, he's below the bed. He didn't like it. He switched down the previous visit. This time he's just moved across the oche and tried to fire it over the top of that dart. Well, and they're all just below the wire. Frustrating for Ronny Huybrechts.
And that's better from James Hubbard. And again, unless Ronny can pull something out of the bag here, which he does do, to try and stop James getting any further in front. Switching down then, didn't like the lie of that first dart.
58.
That's a better dart for Ronny. He doesn't want it below the treble 20 bed, and you see there he's used it to get back in the treble. Brilliant stuff from Ronny Huybrechts. He'll be coming back looking at 106. What kind of pressure is he going to be under? And James Hubbard this time below his intended target, but he switches to great effect. Brilliantly done from James Hubbard. And now Ronny Huybrechts, well, he'll be thinking, I've got to take this out. He needs this to get a break back. Oh, he's going to get a dart. And it's a double 18. He just missed outside. So James Hubbard for a 4-1 lead to open up a 3-leg gap for the first time in the match. 7 he gets. Double top now. Good marker. I think he thought he was in. Oh my word.
Well, 2 great markers. We can hear the seagulls outside the Victoria Stadium here. They're enjoying the darts. So are we. Double 18 for Huybrechts.
Well, the first dart was absolutely nowhere near, but the second one was banging its intended target, and we've got another breaker throw here. And Ronny Huybrechts clinging onto this one with his fingernails.
Again, you can immediately see he didn't like the lie of that first dart, so switches.
96.
And Ronny had an amazing first year as a pro, bursting onto the PDC scene after winning his tour card in 2013. Maybe hasn't pushed on quite as much as he would have liked in 2014 this year.
Yeah, he'd probably have a few extra points, a few extra places up the rankings if he didn't keep running into his brother in tournaments.
Yeah.
Did it in the Grand Slam, did it at the World Championships. Kim keeps beating him.
96.
Kim Huybrechts, of course, one of the guys who does have a European Tour title to his name. Managed to win in Veldhoven last year.
140.
Well, Ronny's just got his nose ahead in this one.
58.
And if he can hold throw, which he's looking favourite to do, we'll all be tied up at 3-all. After James Hubbard missed a couple of darts to go 4-1 up, and you can see him shaking his head at the back of the stage there as Ronny looks to come down for 165 to leave tops.
Yes, this is better stuff from Huybrechts. But so is this from Hubbard. Looking for a maximum. Can't quite do it, so 70 then for Ronny. And from here, you'd feel it would really be anyone's game. Too close to call. Double 4 now. And gets it for 3 apiece, and you can see what that means to him. How important that was, and we are all square, folks, after 6 legs in this best of 11 clash.
57.
Yeah, 15 darter for Ronny there to go with the 14 darter he had earlier on. And fair to say it was a pretty slow start from him, but he seems to be finding his range now as he's a little bit unlucky there. A little raise of the eyebrows from Hubbard and then a slumping of the shoulders. I'm not sure if he's too busy thinking about how he could have had 1 foot in the second round already. Couple of missed darts for 4-1 up.
26.
Well, that's a very slack visit by Ronny. And can James make him pay for it? Oh, just that drift into the treble 5, but still a good recovery with the last start for 135.
That is bang in the middle of the treble 20. Oh, you can see he's frustrated he didn't follow it with the second dart. And he's a little bit unlucky not to follow it with the third.
84.
Well, he's not managed to get down to a finish there, James Hubbard. So Ronnie knows if he can hit one treble, he should be on one himself. There's a treble. Now, got to stay straight. Oh, and he hasn't. He hasn't.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, that could cost him in this leg. He's not led in the entire match, Ronny Huybrechts. Oh, well, talk about setting it up perfectly. Wonderful stuff from James Hubbard. Wonderful stuff. And if Ronnie had just stayed straight with that final dart of his last visit, he would have had a shot. And as it is, he's missed the triple 20 anyway, so it might be a bit academic.
58.
And there's not a huge amount of pressure, not as much as there could have been on this double top for James Hubbard. He has struggled to hit it so far. That's the first time he's done it, and he does it, well, does it with his first dart. A bit of aggression from him.
So James just keeping his nose in front. The 21-year-old from Norfolk.
85.
Well, you can see there, no leg has gone more than 6 visits to the board.
125.
Nothing sparkling there, you know, no 12 dart legs, but a 14, a 15. You see the average. 89 plays 85.
100.
Anyway, these guys have got more gears than that. And certainly Ronnie's average is brought down by a pretty shocking start to the game.
Yes, I'm sure they know they would have to step it up quite a bit if they're to progress to the latter stages of this tournament this weekend. But it's all about getting that first win on the board. However you do it, claw your way over the line and get into the second round. The second round match is played over 2 sessions tomorrow. Then Sunday afternoon is third round action, with the quarterfinals, the semi and the final all being played on Sunday evening here.
125.
And he's on a bogey, James Hubbard. However, he has got 50 points on Ronnie, and that won't help him at all. Puff of the cheeks. He knows he's got to pull something out the bag here, because he is in danger of being broken, and James Hubbard will be thrown for the match.
46.
Well, 46 ain't great. So James Hubbard, well, he's got 6 darts from here probably, unless Ronnie takes out the massive one. He's going to get 6 darts for a breaker throw and to go 5-3 up, and he is going to put a dent in this. He's going to put a big dent in this. So 86 left, treble 18.
84.
Well, I'm not sure what that was at. It might have been the ball, it might have been treble 18, I don't know. It was a mess, whatever it was.
And he'll just have to pray, as indeed Ronnie can't take out the 170, so
90.
James just composing himself at the back of the stage there to go to within 1 leg of victory. Ball double 16 is the shot. Well, there's the first bit done, James. Double 16 now for 5-3.
Massive moment in this match as James Hubbard puts the disappointment of missing his target in the last visit. Missed it by an absolute mile, but then gets back, ball double 16 in 2 darts. I've just seen Chizzy's manager walk past us. He'll have made a note of that. Chizzy, of course, awaiting the winner of this one in the next round.
94.
With Hubbard then just 1 leg away from victory. And Antonio Alcinas and Benito van der Pas waiting in the wings. And next first round action on stage here at the Victoria Stadium.
And Ronnie is still in there fighting. 136 to start. Of course, he needs to win every single leg, and 2 of those are on the Hubbard throw. So Hubbard is the overwhelming favourite, but Ronnie has stolen the darts in this one. Again, he's low on that treble 20, and he tries to come over the top of it and is unable to, so switches down and he misses his target there as well. So he's not really punished, Hubbard.
Well,
a bit all over the place there. The first dart was actually the best of the three.
So maybe just a little bit of nerves creeping into James Hubbard, knowing the finishing line is tantalisingly close.
58.
Well, started off with two trebles, Ronnie, in this leg. Hasn't hit one in the next two visits. So he's giving James Hubbard opportunities here to get over the line, and he's spurning him as things go. Well, that's better. Manages to find a treble 19 there.
And Ronnie knows he's got to win the next three legs to win this match as he fires in. Attempts to fire in a maximum. But that's to settle for a 1-2-5.
It's a good response from James Hubbard, and Ronny Huybrechts, because he didn't stay straight there, may only get a shot at the bullseye rather than a shot at a double here. Wow, beautiful first start. Ronny Huybrechts. Oh, so close. But no cigar, and James Hubbard should get at least one dart for the match for a 6-3 win. Probably starting the 18s here. Oh, 74. Well, he may not get a dart now. He's not going to. Well. Should have had a double top there for the match, and you can see him cursing himself at the back of the stage. There's Ronny Huybrechts now, double 8 for one of the breaks he needs, and there it is. It's 5-4. Ronny Huybrechts is still in this one. He's still fighting.
Yes, he's not going to go down quietly. Ronny Huybrechts puts himself right back in it, and again, psychologically you have to wonder how James might feel having had darts in hand for victory.
58.
Well, he knows that he's going to be throwing in the deciding leg if it goes that far, James Hubbard. He knows he's got that security, so he can just go out and attack this Ronny Huybrechts throw. It's a free roll, and if he can find a leg like we've seen before so far in this match from me, he scored brilliantly. He was on the 9 darts after 4 darts, and he was looking very, very dangerous. If he can find that range around the treble, and he certainly put 2 in there in the treble 19, then he could well give himself darts for the match right here without it going to all the nail-biting tension of a deciding leg. He's effectively stolen the darts here. Can he follow it up? That's a decent dart for him. He should be able to come down. Oh, he's just come a little bit too far. But the treble 19 saves him again.
Yes, good recovery with that last dart. Really looking pretty warm up on stage there. I'm sure the temperature will rise as the day goes on.
Fantastic work from James Hubbard. Is this the visit he wants it just when he needs it? It's a maximum for James Hubbard. He's second of the match. And surely now he's going to get a match start. He should have given himself at least one in the previous leg.
140.
So 90 for James Hubbard for a 6-4 win. He's going to get a dart, a double 15. Now, he doesn't want to miss this inside. I wouldn't be surprised if you see it miss outside. Well, that's where it is. It's a decent marker as well. And it's there with a third dart. James Hubbard celebrates the best leg of the match there to win it 6-4. And James Hubbard is through. He'll play Dave Chisnell, the number 6 seed, in the second round tomorrow. Ronny Huybrechts goes out of the Gibraltar Darts Trophy. We'll be back